Hello and welcome back to the GorillaBiker, and today I'm actually just heading home from having met Mr. Teapot One, who is over doing a trip in America at the moment, and luckily I was able to get a day off work and come meet him. But right now we're riding home. There is a cop right there. Hilariously, I pulled in to put on my cameras right where La Policia were. So this should be interesting. Do they follow me? If they do follow me, it's purely profiling, right? Like, what else could it be? They saw me put on my cameras, so maybe they will. Time will tell. But basically, this is why I saw this on Highway 21 pop up. And I was like, okay, I want to record that, so let's see how it goes. Also, what we're going to be talking about today, though, is the video I made, the poll I put up recently about buying another bike this year and what people would like to see, preferably. And you know, I really appreciate all the votes. I got like nearly 100 votes in all last time I checked. So really cool to see that, number one. This feels like it's something that's called something, this road. I don't remember. I'll look it up later. It probably is. I'm probably riding on something famous now and I'm like, don't even know about it. But, you know, it's something that's a nice corner. I was thinking about it a lot recently, and I think instead of, you know, buying another bike to work on, I think I'm going to make my goal finishing the Valkyrie, like nicely finish the Valkyrie, instead of spending money on other stuff, and also finishing the Z900RS, because that's something I think I've been guilty of, you know, is I'll move on to another bike and spend money on another bike, because in my brain there's more value in like another bike instead of just, you know, finishing what I have, because the Z needs like a tune, an exhaust with headers, mainly headers actually. The exhaust is fine, headers, you know, and a couple of other bits and pieces to make it how I really want to have it. So I'm probably going to do that first, rather than, oh, this road is so nice, rather than buy another bike. So while I do really appreciate all of the votes and comments, I got honestly like a huge amount, and that's probably what I'm going to do, is just get the Valkyrie to a state where, you know, I can use it just as a bike, so it's not like a project, and, you know, go from there. And you know, it's funny because a lot of people on the Valkyrie videos are like, oh, you should do this upgrade and this upgrade and this upgrade, and I'm doing the Valkyrie the same as I did the Gixxer, the same as I did all those. It's just put it back to stock, get it working in stock form, and go from there. Because I don't think, you know, I think some people focus too much on, you know, upgrades instead of just getting the thing running so they can enjoy it. Like, I don't even know what I want to change on that bike yet, because I've never ridden it, you know. Maybe I'll really like it in stock form. Was it lean from factory? Apparently so. Maybe a little bit. Does it matter? No. I mean, this is still on a stock tune, you know what I mean? And if you're telling me that a modern bike is, you know, less lean from factory than an old one, I'm sorry, okay, we need to put it here. You were incorrect, you know. There's definitely, modern bikes are more strangled than old bikes. What a view. Oh, I get to say it. Teapot was joking, right? Right when we were like splitting up there and he was keeping going and I was heading home, he was like, he's going to keep saying, oh, Michael would love this. Oh, Bruce would love this. I am riding on this. For some reason, Needles Highway comes into my mind, but I don't think it is Needles Highway. But like, look at this road that I'm on these. It's just absolutely stunning. And look at that view. Like, just unexpectedly stumbling across this magnificence on my way home. Not something that I will be turning my nose up at anyway, that's for sure. We'll get a little photo, shall we? A little photo. Bruce, I'm really sorry. I did not know about this. I did not know I was going to do this. Whoa. Come on, people. Whoever did this sucks. Whoever littered a viewpoint like this, like, you are literally a vile piece of garbaggio yourself. I probably can't say that. Theoretically, if they were an actual piece of garbage that they themselves had in their hands, they should throw themselves down there to lie in the grass. But definitely not get hurt, because the fall is not big enough to hurt someone. There we go. That should cover me off from anyone who wants to lodge complaints with the moral authorities of the world. I don't know why, but this bike never wants to charge. This iPhone never wants to charge on this bike. I think it's just an iPhone thing, you know. Like, oh, this isn't the cable that I prefer in my bum. Because that's where you put phone cables. You put them in the phone's bum. I don't know, did you know that? But now you do. And your life is better for it, I'm sure. But whatever this road is called, I really like it. A lot. I think I'm going to have to come back here, because it's not even too far from my house now, to be honest. I'd like to actually come back up this road, to be honest. It's a great road for going down, but I always prefer riding uphill. What about you? With this road. Oh, it's delicious. Rafe, remember I said you should move to North Carolina. I'm just saying, look at this. Why are you on the brakes around the corner, sir? Do you want to melt your brakes? And now the road is ruined. Oh well. Sometimes on beautiful roads like this, you do end up catching cars, and that's just part of the whole experience. Not a good part, not one I'm happy about, but it is part of it. You do have to live with it. They are public roads, you know. And I mean, I do like a Mercury Grand Marquis. That's what the car is in front of us. I think they're cool. That old Panther platform, cool. But you know, it could be cool not in front of me right now. That would be great. But yeah, so I mean, with the Valkyrie, you know, people saying the upgrades, and not that I don't appreciate those suggestions, especially, and I am writing them down. That's what I do. I take note of stuff like that. You know, if it's something that someone historically has done themselves, especially, and they're like, yeah, this worked really well on this particular bike, then that's something that I obviously will, you know, account for and try at the very least to memorize, and if I find that issue, do. But at the moment, I mean, the bike doesn't even produce a spark, so it's something that I need to fix that first, if that makes sense, you know. Which I think that does make sense. So that's where the plan is with the big Valk. And I think I'm being very sensible, not going buying another bike, you know, because I definitely could go buy another bike, but I don't think it would. I don't think it'd be the smart move for me right now, because I mean, I have 3 of them running, 1 of them not. So, well, you know, why not put the value of a bike I would buy into those 2? Since I have saved, well, no, I haven't saved all of it up, but I've saved money up to do some of that stuff. You know, so I'm going to spend it on bikes and on some bike trips. So that's the plan. Spend it on the Z, spend it on the Valk, spend it on some trips. And honestly, I mean, I'd probably get a lot more joy and happiness out of some trips than I would out of having another bike that I also need to make, because I think that's what people do forget about multiple bikes. And I mean, I've made videos on it, so I'm not going to harp on about it, but you know, owning several bikes is great, don't get me wrong. I love having multiple bikes. That's just part of my personality now. But it is really expensive, so I mean, especially if you can't look after them yourself, not always the best idea, you know, not always the best idea. It is something you should definitely be mindful of. If you know, even buy a second bike, that is a second set of maintenance, and you know, it's a bike, you can't really skip. You shouldn't skip it on any vehicle, but you definitely can't and shouldn't skip it on a bike. That's just, you know, kind of rock solid. Don't do that. You know, we know that we shouldn't. You shouldn't skip maintenance. It's bad. But yeah, I mean, where we are with the big Valk. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Is making progress is where we are. You know, it's like oh, look at the cows. Sorry, ADHD brain. It's something that I definitely I'm happy with how it's progressing. Obviously, you know, it'd be better if it had been producing a spark when we got the carbs rebuilt, because then we could have obviously fired it up and seen how that was. But as it stands, I'm going to have to drain it of coolant, drain it of oil as well while I'm at it. I will probably do the timing belt set because I'm taking off the timing cover, and then change the pulse generators, and hopefully it's the pulse generators are causing the issue with no spark. But honestly, it's one of those things that I have diagnosed it as much as I can, and you know, I've also joined a couple of Valkyrie groups and asked questions, and the general consensus is that it is more than likely the pulse generator. So it's a gamble I'm willing to take. Worst case, I end up with a spare set, because everything else seems to be fine. So that's kind of what I need to do next. But yeah, I mean, what would you personally like to see more of? The mods to the Z900? And I think I've had the Z900 long enough now that I kind of really know what I do want to do with it, especially since I've done a track day and stuff. You absolute... Like, why would you do that? I want to jam myself up your hoop. Oh, stink of weed coming from them as well. So they're also smoking weed. They put out in front of me and they're smoking. What are they doing? This person's a freaking moron. Please do not use substances that, you know, mess up your sense of depth and perception and then drive a car. Like, just don't do it, please. Like, yeah, smoking weed and driving is not okay. And you're like, not. Oh, I'm just going past it. Oh my god, I'm texting. Jesus Christ. What a piece of shit. Yeah, so like I said, we just met up. That's so pretty. We just met up with Teapot One. He probably learned how much I talk. You might see it on his videos. I do enjoy a chat, especially when it's with a like-minded individual. And Bruce most certainly is a like-minded individual. Really great meeting him in person. I had a great time, even for the couple of hours I was there. I have 173 miles left to get home, which is kind of why I went early. Like, it's only 10 past 1, but I do need to get home, and I do have work in the morning. So, and I am currently still dealing with a back injury. I really probably shouldn't have ridden this far today, but you know, these opportunities only come up every so often. So I said I better just do it to meet Bruce, and I'm glad I did. Definitely no regrets there. Any other updates then for y'all? I felt like this should be an update video just because we're riding in such a pretty part of the country. Actually, yeah, it was also really nice, you know, that, and you'll hear it in the videos, but you know, Bruce saying that, you know, America is a really nice place to ride, and I mean, my experience has been the same, especially when you pick the right place. This place is such a nice place for bikes. You know, it is. I mean, obviously the flatlands, not my style, but the road surfaces and everything here is so good. I knew you were going to do it, so I don't know why you just didn't do it. I'm quite happy with you speeding more than me, because now you will get caught by the copperoonies and I can just follow you. Legally speaking, I am in the right? I think, I don't know. But yeah, other updates, I mean, V-Strom mods, I don't think I have any. I mean, the next change that'll be coming to the V-Strom is probably just tires. I might do lights on it at some point. I might do like extra headlights. I might do a tank bag at some point. I want to see what Hepco and Becker have available. But yeah, when I get home, I'll have done 400 miles today, which honestly is enough for me for a single day. So that was part of my decision to dip early. Otherwise, I would have loved to stay with Teapot. Like, his route looks amazing. Next time we gotta plan it with him and join in for the route, because there's one thing I will say is I think, as someone who does plan bike trips, he has a knack for picking good routes. And the thing is, like, it's not like you can pick a particularly bad one over here either. So I mean, there is that too. But yeah, other than that, I mean, obviously this year I would like to do a couple more track days. I'll definitely go back to NC Bike, and I will record it this time so I can show you all the track. I would like to get to VIR. I would like to get to Atlanta Motorsports Park, and I would like to get to Carolina Motorsports Park, if I can. If I did those four, like 4 total, I think that would be that would be me really happy, because I do have to go to Italy at some point as well for my sister's wedding, which is going to be very expensive. So I mean, that will put the old kibosh on a lot of my own personal plans. But you know, so such is societal norms. You are expected to go to these weddings, which I mean, it should be okay, because it shouldn't be too big a group of people. You know, I've said it before. I'm not a big group person, crowd person. Make me uncomfortable. So, well, hopefully that one will be all right. We'll see. Time will tell, eh? But yeah, other than that, I don't think we're riding anywhere particularly pretty anymore. So I'll probably end this video now. I hope you enjoyed the little bit of really nice road we did. And yeah, if you watched, thank you very much for watching. That's all the little updates that I had. And if you watched, like I said, thank you very much for watching. As always, a very special thank you to all of my patrons. You're all legends. And yeah, until next time, thanks again for watching. Adios. Outro crew. What do you do with drivers who are, you know, on drugs and texting with the phone literally in front of their face like a freaking moron? What do you do with that? Because I don't know what you do with that. I would really like to know what to do with that. I would really like is you know, should you tell someone? I don't talk to the people you would talk to about that stuff, I suppose. I'm not a rat, that's what I'm saying. What do you think, outro crew? Or am I being harsh? And feel free, if you think I'm being harsh, then tell me. But I don't think I am. I think they're a moron, and I dislike that person intensely now. Bye, outro crew.